The opinions expressed in this show are the views of the host and not necessarily that of WTRW, 94.3 The Talker, or the Bold Gold Media Group.
The following presentation is brought to you by the host of the program, who is solely responsible for its content.
Portions transcribed.
All Century 21 real estate offices are independently owned and operated.
This is the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. Good morning. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, and with my husband, fellow realtor, Pat Devaney.
Good morning, Jackie. How are you?
Very good. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
We have with us for the second week in a row, Brian Berger. Brian is the owner of Berger's Furniture and Mattress, as well as Berger's Moving. Hello.
Hello. How are you, Pat and Jackie?
Very good.
Great. Thanks for being with us, Brian. 2 weeks in a row, calling in from a remote location.
A remote, safe location.
From my cave.
Yeah.
From your cave.
Safe in his underground bunker.
We're here every Saturday at 11 a.m. and Sunday at 11:30 a.m. where we talk real estate. We have a full-time real estate office with many relentless realtors. We have been guided in real estate matters for nearly 50 years.
And during the week, feel free to email us with any questions you have at questions@jruddy.com. That's questions@jruddy.com. Or listen to this. You can call the office at 570-344-6724. And you can go through the menu and you can call, connect directly to an agent. Right, Jackie? Isn't that how it works?
Directly to the agent.
Right.
Now, mine goes into a voicemail and yours goes into a voicemail on the phone system.
Right.
But our agents, they go directly to their cell phone.
So you can still call us and get in contact with an agent. So the office might be closed, but we're still doing things behind the scenes. And when you're at jruddy.com, click on the webcam tab. It's at the top of the page, and we have a live view. We have a camera on the roof of the building, and it's showing Dunmore Corners. And we get thousands of hits a month from all over the world on that camera. It's unbelievable.
So if you're bored and you want to see the inactivity at Dunmore Corners, go to the webcam at jruddy.com, jruddy.com. View our listings, search the MLS listings, and listen to our archive radio shows by going to mobile-friendly jruddy.com. And look us up on social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest, and Instagram. Okay, Brian Berger, owner of Berger Furniture and Mattress and Berger's Moving. Can you give me a little bit of background on who you are and how long you've been doing this?
Well, my name is Brian Berger, as you said, and I've been doing this, I've been in the industry of furniture for about 30 years. I recently purchased Rabel's Furniture and Mattress and Rabel's Moving and Storage recently, and we acquired the moving business from Rabel's as it's a great accent to what we do already with the furniture business.
Sure, you know how to handle furniture and move it delicately without splinting it into a million pieces. So I'm sure that's a natural business to get involved in, is the moving. And you're going to eventually be Berger's Moving and Storage.
That's correct. We're just working with the township now, and hopefully we'll be up and running by summer of next year.
Nice. Okay, good. So moving, and a lot of people do it themselves. So are you getting a lot of activity, a lot of calls to move people?
Oh, yeah. We're starting to get into our busy season now. People don't tend to move as much, obviously, in the wintertime, because who would want to? But we get a lot of people that call on Monday and want us to move them on Wednesday. So that's a little bit more difficult. But the people that do plan accordingly, we are getting a ton of calls, and we'll be busy right through the summer.
So when somebody starts thinking about moving and has a date in mind, like how soon should they call you? How far out from their move should they call you?
They should call us as soon as possible. I mean, the biggest thing about moving is planning and preparation. And the more time that you give yourself and us, the smoother and more cost-effective it will be. So So if you can give 30 days, that's great. I mean, some people don't know sometimes at 2 weeks ahead of time. So it just helps the more we know and the more that you know that we can make it a smooth process.
Do you offer packing services?
We do. We actually offer purging, packing, and cleaning service.
Purging. Can you come to my garage? I just need my garage purged.
Because some people have all that stuff. You know, they move into a smaller. They're downgrading or downsizing, I should say, their house, and they have all this furniture that they need to get rid of. You know, it's like that old George Carlin act where people have more stuff, so they buy a bigger house.
Right. So how often do you move stuff that generally people wind up getting rid of anyway? I mean, it's a great time to purge. So you offering those types of services, packing, purging, and cleaning, is tremendous.
Well, we don't get rid of the purge, but the girls will come in and help you decide what you need and what you don't need. They can look at the new place that you're looking in and compared to the old place and decide what you can actually fit. I think one of the biggest things is
sometimes people lack that objectivity with their things. They want to make it all go to the new place, so
exactly.
The 4,000 square foot house they're leaving, they want to take it all and put it into that 1,500 square foot apartment. It's not going to happen.
Exactly.
All right. Now, you said you guys do the packing also. Now,
correct.
Say there was a woman who had a closet and a half full of stuff. Clothes, okay?
Like that never happened before?
No. This is all hypothetical. I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I would never do that. And how do you decide what stays and what goes?
Well, I mean, that's...
is there a rule of thumb? Is it like if you haven't worn it in a certain amount of time, do you think about giving it to the Goodwill or the Salvation Army or whatever? Is there a rule?
I think that's a good practice to do all the time. But, I mean, yeah, you have to have that conversation. I mean, even I, as a guy, look at my closet and say, oh, I like that. I might wear that sometime. And then I come back to it a year later and realize I haven't worn it. So you have to make the decision sometime.
So do you give quotes before you do the move? Is it over the phone? Do you have to go see the property?
It depends on the situation, but a lot of times, we can get a good idea of what the customer has just verbally, and give a round estimate. A lot of times where we're not too sure, we will send out our main guy, and he'll be able to look at everything and decide where it's going, or where it's coming from, and how far we can get, or how close we can get to the house, which is obviously a big deal. And at that point, we'll get a good estimate. Our biggest issue is, because we have a certain charge for 2 guys, we have a certain charge for 3 guys. It's $110 for 2 guys per hour, and then it's $150 for 3 guys. But we'll have people that, try and sneak in a bunch of extra stuff, but what they don't realize is it takes longer to do with 2 guys as opposed to 3 guys, when in the long run it actually ends up being more expensive than it would have been if we had just come there with the 3 guys prior.
Do you do long-distance moves?
Well, we tend not to, because we have the furniture business, so we don't want to do any out-of-states or East Coast moves. We would like to stay within 60 miles, one-day moves if we can. But we'll do anything from an entire house to a small apartment or a commercial office.
So for anybody that's going to pack their items on their own, do you have any tips that would help you and your guys move faster and help them stay organized?
Yes. One of the things that they should do is when they pack, they should have it piled up in a nice, organized manner, and obviously marking it with what this is for the kitchen, this is for bedroom 1, bedroom 2, so on and so forth, taped up and ready to go. There's been many times, unfortunately, where we get to the house and people are still packing as we're moving furniture out. Or we get to a point where we have people who say, well, you can start with this room, and then you can go to that room. But unfortunately, in order to protect all the furniture, we have to pack the truck in a certain way as to not damage any of the furniture. So we can't just put one bedroom in at a time or one time. We have to do it in a certain way, it's kind of like art, if you will. I mean, it's like a big jigsaw puzzle where you have to pack all this product in a way that just protects everything.
So anybody that is packing on their own, what type of tips do you have regarding picture frames, those delicate items that we all have, glassware?
If you want to do Tiffany lamps, kind of TVs, that kind of thing, anything that you can use the original packing product for would be great. Like I say, TVs or computers. If not, you want to protect it as much as possible using styrofoam and then wrapping it with a blanket afterwards. And then we will also wrap it in addition when we put it into the truck as to make sure that, again, we don't get any more damage. But when you think that you have it wrapped enough, I would wrap it again. That's a good sign.
Okay. That takes time and effort, but at least helps your item get in one piece to wherever it's going.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when we moved from a small apartment into a big house, and Jackie took care of that. We were building the house, and Jackie took care of the moving, and I went out in the morning, and I came back later in the day, and everything was done. It was magic. She called the movers. They packed up everything in the old house, and we came to the new house, and everything was in the right rooms, and the walls weren't all marked up, and nothing was damaged. So never, ever, not only that I'm getting older, will I ever myself again.
I almost told the movers to slow down. It was like I couldn't catch up with them, like physically and mentally. Like it was like and I had everything marked, like you said, kitchen, second bedroom, wherever, and just boom, 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 and I thought it was going to be an all-day affair. It was over in a couple hours.
Yeah, they were quick, and it was beautiful. I see people with the U-Hauls, and they're all drinking beers, and they're all arguing with each other. I can only imagine what they're doing, banging things up and breaking everything all over people's houses. So
right. Well, and then the other thing is, you have furniture in one house. We talked about the sizes. But some people don't realize, you might be taking a living room and it fit nicely in your living room here, and it went in quite easily. But in the new place, there might be stairways and hallways and doors that things don't they just don't fit properly. And the average Joe doesn't really know how to properly deliver a sofa in the first place. So there is an expertise to it. And I said, like almost an art to how you can get furniture into a house. And my guys combined have about 50 years of experience getting that done. And, like you said, you couldn't keep up. One of our jobs as movers is to be as efficient as possible to make sure that you're not overspending on the move, but at the same time being as safe as possible to make sure that we aren't damaging any furniture. Because it's not like in the furniture business, if there was something to happen, we could always order a new one or get it fixed or service it. Whereas, it's your furniture that you might have had for 10 years. You can't just go out and run and get a part or get that fabric or, things like that.
I've seen where people have moved out of a house that I had listed, and they had their brothers or their cousins or their friends move them, and dressers have gone down the staircase in the air and busted through the wall, and then We're left with showing a house that has this gaping hole in the wall, and it's all because they didn't hire somebody professional to move them, because that stuff isn't, something that can be patched up immediately the next day. someone can do it, but a lot of times it sits there, and when we're showing a house and a buyer's looking at it, it's not very appealing.
Correct.
Okay,
it would definitely behoove you to use a professional mover.
I'm with you. We have with us Brian Berger, owner of Berger's Moving. Can I have your contact information, please?
Yeah, it's first of all, we have a website that'll be up and running very soon. It's burgersmoving.com. And the phone number again is 570-489-5168. And if you get us after hours, you can always leave a message. We'll get back to you the next day.
Is there any items that you don't move, you don't want to move, or that you do move and that are challenging for you?
Yes. So we do not move any, containers of liquids, any oxygen tanks. We will do the grills, but we won't do the gas tanks. We won't remove any hazardous materials, and obviously we don't remove garbage. As far as things that are difficult, there's some big grand pianos that, we're just not set up to do, where you would probably want to contact a piano store to do that, where they have those people that can do that. We do move some pianos, don't get me wrong, but big gun safes, guns, jewelry boxes, anything like that, we definitely stay away from. Fish tanks, that kind of thing, we can move, but we just have to take extra special caution with them, so there would be an extra charge for most of that kind of thing.
So you can't move the fish tank with the fish in them?
Yeah, you can, as long as the water's not in it.
Okay.
How about packing major appliances? Do they pose any?
No, but we actually have this saran wrap. It's a big industrial saran wrap, not like you would see in your kitchen, where we would saran wrap that, make sure the doors don't open. And then we have, obviously, big hand trucks that we can get that in. And then, to get them out, and we obviously would remove any doors or anything that would be an obstacle. The other thing is, we do take exception with soiled bedding or any soiled furniture, because obviously we certainly wouldn't want to contaminate anything, and that can cause a problem.
How about packing electronics?
Electronics is obviously always best in the original packaging. If not, again, you want to use many blankets and styrofoam as you possibly can. But we do not take apart electronic components, and we will not set them up. That's something that would have to be left to the homeowner.
Yes, right. So you're unpacking everything, and you're moving. It's usually, it's quite an undertaking, and you're just trying to get your house packed up and get to where you want to go, and you're doing it quickly. So I would think, a lot of times it's forgotten, but it would be a great idea to label all those wires, because when you get to your new place and you're looking to hook everything up, you might not remember where everything goes.
That's right.
Okay, Brian Berger, owner of Berger's Moving. Once again, your contact info.
It's burgersmoving.com, and we're 570-489-5168, and we're located at 1330 North Main Street in Dixon City.
Pat, would you like to review a listing?
Yes, we have 7 acres of land. It's at Lot 30, Lehigh River Court in Gouldsboro. That's inside the Rainbow Run development for only $39,000. This property is located on a cul-de-sac, and it has a small stream running through it. This private community has access to the Lehigh River and is only steps away from fishing, swimming, and hiking. It's located in the North Pocono School District, and this property is only 2 hours away from New York City or Philadelphia, and the HOA fees are only $450 a year. That's 7 acres. 7 acres. That's for only $39,000. That's a great deal. That's Lot 30 on the Lehigh River Court in Gouldsboro inside the Rainbow Run development, and and that's listed by Connie Seagraves of our office.
Thank you, Pat. Last week we talked about Craigslist scams. COVID-19 opens the door to new scams. Craigslist scam has been around for many years. It's getting worse, but we talked about that. But in some areas there's been phone calls alleging that the caller is from the health department. If you receive that call, beware. They say that person they're calling has been exposed to coronavirus. Then they follow up with selling either a vaccine kit or an at-home testing kit, and there are no legitimate vaccines for COVID-19 yet. Phishing emails are another way that scammers get valuable personal information because they send fake emails and they gain access to your computer. Beware of those. Air filtration systems being sold. They're selling these, and they say that they remove the virus from the purchaser's home. They charge a fee for the alleged filter, and then cleaning and sanitation. It's a scam and a health and safety risk. There are fake charities, and it's sad that we have to even talk about this and be alerted regarding these, but we saw one before the outbreak of coronavirus where one of our friends passed away, and then someone put up a fake GoFundMe page. And so be on the lookout because they look valid. They are from reputable sites, but it could be a fake cause. So never send confidential information via an unsecured email, and never wire money. And be on the lookout because these things are getting worse and worse. Stay with the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21, Jack Ready Real Estate on 94.3 The Talker. We'll be right back.
Who are Century 21 agents? They're high-tech gizmo-packing problem solvers with an appetite for getting things done. They know the best places to buy a home, to sell a home, and to find antiques, if you're into that kind of thing. They're weatherproof, foolproof, and proof positive that smart people doing good work can make big things happen for great folks like you. Oh, and there's one nearby. This is who they are. This is what they do. Century 21 agents. Smarter, bolder, faster. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Hi, this is Jackie Ruddy from Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. Is real estate on your mind? It's on ours 24/7. Whether you're buying, selling, investing, or in need of an appraisal, you have questions, we have answers.
Thinking of buying or selling a house and have questions? Tune in to the Real Estate Roundtable hosted by locally owned and operated Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate on Saturday mornings at 11 and Sunday mornings at 11:30.
Call 570-344-6724 or visit jruddy.com. That's JRUDDY.com.
You're rejoining the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. I am Jackie Ruddy, broker, in with Pat Devaney, my husband and fellow realtor.
Yes, and we're back.
We're back with Brian Berger,
Yay.
owner of Berger's Moving and Storage. Eventually you're going to be called Berger's Moving and Storage, formerly Rabel's, right? And you also own Berger's Furniture Store. And they're both located in Dixon City.
Berger's Furniture and Mattress and Berger's Moving in Dixon City.
Very good. Okay, so before the break, you were talking about when you move electronics, you don't rehook them up for the person. However, what do you do when you break down furniture? Do you reassemble it?
Absolutely. So we'll go into the house. We'll break down any bedrooms, dining rooms, that kind of thing. And then we'll obviously secure it in the truck. When we get to the house, we just need some guidance as to where the rooms go, whether bedroom or living room. Then we will actually set them all back up, put the mirrors on the dressers, and attach the beds as well. But during our initial packing of the truck, we go around through all the furniture that we are putting in the truck, and we'll inspect it, make sure there isn't any damages. If there is a damage, we'll certainly bring that to the attention of the consumer and make sure they're aware, because a lot of times they're not even aware that something was damaged. Whether it's a scratch on the back of a dresser or a gouge here and there, sometimes a cracked leg on a chair or sofa. So, we kind of let them know ahead of time.
How about the emotional aspect? of the move. For a lot of people, this is an emotional time. Let's talk about that.
I'm glad you brought that up. So, moving is emotional, whether it's really happy that you're moving someplace or sad. It's sentimental. Maybe it's the place you grew up in or your parents had for many, many years, or even, people can be mad, obviously, that are forced to move. This is a time that we take very seriously, and we certainly don't want to add to their emotions. So it's our job to almost be seen and not heard. We want to come in and be as efficient as possible and not add to that emotion going forward. It's our job to make it as painless and as easy as we can.
So you help with the transition, and you don't add stress. You are there to help. The things that you also offer in addition to moving are packing, purging, and cleaning services.
Correct. I would say purging first, then packing.
Okay.
And cleaning services. A lot of times, you need to clean the space once you're all finished up, and so we'll offer a one-time cleaning service. And if you need the new place cleaned, we can help out with that as well. But those are services that we would need to know ahead of time and plan accordingly.
Hey, Jackie, when you're moving out of a place, doesn't it say in the contract that the place has to be broom clean?
Yes, it does. And
right, so you just can't move out of a house and leave it a mess.
Right. Well, a lot of times, especially in apartment complexes, they charge $250 or $300 cleaning fee.
What is your charge?
We only charge $30 an hour.
Can you come to my house?
If you come to my house, I'll come to your house.
Okay.
Moving is exhausting. So not only are you packing up your belongings for weeks, and you're living out of boxes, you're trying to get from the old place to the new place. There's a lot of upheaval, and like you said, Brian, it's very emotional time. That extra added cleaning on top of everything else is something that could really stress somebody out.
Absolutely.
Adds a lot of pressure.
Absolutely. So one of the other things that we offer, not only with the packing and the cleaning, but if you desire, the same packers and cleaners can actually help you unpack and restage. So, we can take a lot of stress out of that. And it's a nice service to be able to offer that, there's just not a lot of movers out there that offer any of those services.
Very good.
Nothing like dealing with a local company. I think that's what we always try and keep
and that's one of the things that
shop local.
I'm really glad to be back home in the area that I grew up in, the community that we grew up with, and we're the guys that support your local little leagues and local charities, and we just did a food drive with United Neighborhood Centers, and we work closely with St. Joe's. There's just a lot of things that we do. We just did a first responder event at the furniture store where for all first responders got an additional 10% off. So
nice.
It was well received, and it's really nice to see the feedback from the local community, and we're certainly glad to be a part of it.
We're thrilled you're back. Brian Berger of Berger's Furniture and Mattress and Berger's Moving. Can I have your contact information, please?
Absolutely. It's burgersmoving.com, and we're at 570-489-5168. We're located at 1330 North Main Street in Dixon City.
Brian, one of the things we didn't mention during our furniture show last week, but I really feel it's important, is a lot of your furniture is made where?
In the United States.
Yeah.
That's very important to us, to get as much product on that floor made in the United States as possible. As a matter of fact, we carry the Englander bedding, which is made right in Berks County, which is just an hour and a half or so south of us. We've been selling their bedding for just about 15 years now, and it's some of the best mattress sets you can ever get. Our Alex Bale is made in Tazewell, Tennessee. Lancer Furniture is made in North Carolina, and like I said, we do our best to stay as local as possible and stay United States made as much as possible.
Great. Remember to tune in next Saturday at 11 a.m. and Sunday at 11:30 a.m. to listen to more of the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate on 94.3 The Talker.